Hey, Max morning, everybody. Chris Gingras here. Let's just make sure that I'm on online. I think we are. And yes, we are. Beautiful, beautiful. Well, folks, welcome to this session of the 90-day run challenge that we're hosting on the Crown Diamond Global Impact. My name is Christian Gingras. I'm a Crown Diamond World Max International. And again, always excited to have the opportunity to share with you the knowledge that was transcending from the 90-day run from the accelerator that Eric Worre started on January 4th. This is day 16. So I am following up from Dr. James' session where Dr. James talked about reels and some of the hooks and the stories and the call to action. I'll come back to that a little bit in a minute here. But today the session is about live, right? So we've been talking about doing reels. Now we're going to be talking about doing lives. And I want to remind you that you can always go to the featured videos and you can see from January 4th, all the session from Anne and the rotation that we're doing with Webmaster, with Dr. James, Anne and Tammy. We're rotating, and that goes from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, Friday. Well, what's important is for you to do some of the dares. I know that some of you may feel a little bit it seems complicated. Maybe you're not used to do this. Maybe you're uncomfortable in front of the camera. Trust me, I get that too. I get those butterflies as what if I sound like an idiot? Folks, at the end of the day, what's important is that you initiate. You need to start. Don't worry so much about the content itself and how you look. People actually appreciate you, especially if the real you transcend comes across when you share. And that's what's really important in your life. One thing that Fraser talked about, he talks about long form equal long term. What he means by that is generally, if someone watches 7 hours of content in a space of, let's say, a 30-day period, in some of the content that you might have done, it creates an influence over that person. And this is why lives are so important. And this is not a long session, but I want to go through the content that are important. Let's say that you did like, a 15-minute video a day. Technically, that means that you would need to do 28 videos in a month. Okay. But the reality is we're not going to do 28, 15 minutes video. So the fact is we may do 60 seconds. That means you need to do 420 videos, right? Now, folks, I know that some of you can do this without even thinking, but for some of us, do that many videos, it's not the case. But what's important, the point here is you need to create live videos. And that includes me. I got to do that too. I got to get used to this, right? I'm used to the old way, face-to-face, meeting people and everything else. We're doing the same thing, but it's a hybrid version of that, where now we're connected to the social media lives. And the platform we're talking about is Facebook Live. It's obviously Instagram and obviously TikTok. Okay. And I know that the training that was shared with you by Dr. James was showing you how you can actually create a video through your Instagram, your reel, and from that you can take the watermark off with some of those, the links that are provided in the training, and from there you can turn around and repost it into your TikTok social media environment. And what's important here, that folks, is just try, just start and do one step, and then a second step. And don't worry so much about I don't know how to, but focus on doing just the first step and just do that. So the fact here is it is recommended to do at least 30 videos, 1 video a day, 1 minute, 1 video a day. And I know it may seem like a lot. It's a lot to ask even for me because I'm not used to that. But the fact is we need to get used and doing some of those activities. They are absolutely critical. So let me walk you through some of the basic here. There's really, 2 options to consider. Okay. One in doing your live, just like the reels, is you have the hook, right? And again, you can go back to past trainings for this. And the hook is what captures their attention. Okay, it doesn't have to be long. It's short and captures their attention. And then the story could be a little bit longer, right? These are, for example, the 3 tips, and then you describe the 3 tips and your words. And the more meaning you have, the more value your video will have, and the more it will capture your audience as they are watching. And of course, something that's very important that many of us do not do, including myself, is a call to action. So once you've done the video, tell them what to do. where to look, what should I do right now? You know, it reminds me of the owner of Apple, with the past owner of Apple, Steve Jobs, when he says, people don't know what they want until you tell them what they want. It goes in that philosophy where people really don't know what to do with your content if you don't tell them what to do after they saw your content. And that's the message that Ferzer talks about. The other options, option two, it would be, for example, in the videos, you want to grab their attention, right? Or teach them something, or invite them to do something. I know many of you do some Max presentations online. I know that all week on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, on Thursdays. On Thursdays, there's two sessions going on. One is world presentation, and the other one is actually the presentation that takes place in the evening, okay? Which obviously in some cases might be too late for certain markets. The point here is, if I did it live more often to invite people to all my sessions, that will encourage people to attend. You understand? So lives are absolutely critical. And it also reflects the person that you are, who you are as a person. Okay. And by the way, thank you so much for all of you that are on the Facebook Live. And I know some of you joined me here on our Zoom session. Alexander, thank you for being here. And Sophia, thank you for being here. So we appreciate you guys. And yes, all of these videos will be uploaded on YouTube. We have a channel called Crown Diamond Global Impact. And if you search for that title, you will find a channel, and all the videos that we do from January 4th are there. Even the one from last year in 2022 that we started in January, the 90-day run that we worked, it's all there. So there's a wealth of information on that YouTube channel. So back to the training is that there's two options to consider. Option one, again, is the hook, the story, the call to action, or option two is grab their attention, teach them something, invite them to something. Okay, so this is what you want to do. So you may want to go back to some of the previous trainings to understand the content and how to go about doing things. But what's important is that you do a live. And you know what, folks, even if it's just 15 seconds, 30 seconds, just start, get it started. And I look forward after, and don't leave, because there's some really important things I want to share with you as far as content ideas. I know for me, it's like, I mean, there's so much stuff that you say, but when you're in front of the camera, sometimes you get to this powerless analysis. Okay, what am I going to say with everything I know? How should I cover it? Well, I'm going to give you some clues on how to help you with that. But let's go back. So the other point that's important once you start doing your live and prepare for it is your title. Now, when you deal with Facebook, I know that on Facebook Live, the title is important because the title will actually get people to watch. But not so much on Instagram and TikTok, because when you go to TikTok and think about it, you just scroll and the video just plays, right? You don't see the title. You have to go through the description. So that's why it's not as impactful. But on Facebook Live, it is. And I noticed that whenever I put a title, I find there's more views on Facebook Live. And in fact, I'm going to start doing this more often. Okay. Again, it's what's going to my pig. Am I going to look awful? Am I going to look awful? You see, these are the things we have to brush off. And just like you know, I have to get comfortable doing that. But the key is to do it. So again, the title and the delivery content. When you deliver, what matters on the platform is the content that will get people to watch. Okay. If you're a little bit boring, for sure, you know, you're not going to have a lot of people that will gravitate towards you. But again, I want to give you a clue. And again, stay tuned, because at the end of this presentation here, I'm going to share it with you. We're up to 8 minutes from the top of the hour. Still have a bit of time. Try to keep that to 15 minutes. So what's important is once you deliver the content is to be consistent. This is something which I know I have not been consistent. See, I'm being transparent with you. I know I need to work on these things, but that's why these trainings are so important. That's when doing the dares are so important. And even the dare may be a little bit different from what you're asking. What I found is it's giving me ideas. It's giving me ideas on how to communicate and what to do. And in fact, often people try to reach out to me to sell me on their deal, but I'm just realizing I can turn this around in a certain way based on how Ferzer talks about it. So you see there's other content that I'm utilizing based on what I'm learning. And keep that in mind as you are learning, okay, as you're doing your dares. Now, the thing is, your live should be anywhere between, 15 seconds, 30 seconds. It could be a minute. It could be 3 minutes. In some cases, it could be up to 5 minutes. It depends on what platform. If I'm talking Facebook Live, you can go as long as you want. And I know you can choose to have your live to go for, 30 days or indefinite. When I do a Facebook Live, I keep it indefinite. I want to keep it there forever, because I have people that saw things that I've done 6 months ago that are still commenting today. But I know that on Instagram and TikTok, it's not all that relevant. that it disappears, but it is there on your history of what you've done. But on Facebook Live, I always select, indefinite. Okay, that's my opinion on it. So what's important here is, and again, to recap, is when you do your videos, remember the 3 tips, the benefits, or the reasons. Okay, and the fact here is, for example, 3 tips, again, just to recap a little bit on what Dr. Jen talks about. It could be about moms. It could be about single moms, single dads. It could be about dog lovers, cat lovers, travelers. For example, Tesla lovers. Tammy and I own one of those vehicles, and we love to see what people are saying and how excited they are when they get their Tesla. Which I remember how we felt when we got our Tesla. I felt special. Right. So again, it's something I can connect with. And also these are things that are on my personal page. Remember in previous training is if you go to a group and you share something that you appreciate, when they'll check you out. And when you check you out, if there's no content on what you're appreciating and what they're sharing, then there's no relativity there. Okay, so keep that in mind. And as you're sharing tips and information in different groups. So the fact here that's important here on the dare, and here's the dare. Go live with the hook, the story, which are, the tips, right? And it could be, again, just to recap, it could be the tips, it could be the benefits, it could be the reasons, whatever you feel is appropriate for your content, and then a call to action. Okay. And one thing is that what you can do is if you did the dare yesterday after Dr. James' session on the reel, you can actually do your live and refer to a reel that you did yesterday, for example, or a couple of days back, to kind of create a bit more attention and the content that will continue on the reel that you did based on the live that you're doing now, which are on the same content. Or you can just do another live, which has nothing to do with the reel you did yesterday. I'm just saying it's a suggestion that Fraser did mention here. Okay. Now, one of the things that is important here, and I want to go back to the reference where when you do a video in Instagram, for example, it's really a good practice to get used to use the same content, the same video that you've saved. That was the training yesterday that you saved on your phone, for example, removing the watermark. It was explained, go back to the training there. I mentioned that earlier as we started the call, and then you can repost it on for example, your TikTok. Okay. Or one thing that you can do is, one thing that I use is Ecamm. I know that Anne talked about that. And that's one of the tools that I've been using for years, where I create a video ahead of time that I've done before, maybe during the day while it was sunny. And then I use Ecamm, which is a free software. And I'm using the Pro because I'm doing other features. But the fact is, the free software, you can do all of that. And you can actually do a live as if your presentation is live through Ecamm on your Facebook page. Brilliant tool. And this is Ecamm. So go back to the training Anne did, and she'll talk about that. Now, the last thing I want to talk about here today is the ChatGPT. That's an AI chat system that will actually give you content. And let me give you an example. Let me share my phone here with you. I just tried this before, and we'll finish on this note. Okay. Let me just go ahead and click on that. And I think, here we go. You should be able to see my phone right now. Here you are. Okay. So I'm actually done. I'm actually on the site because I was doing something earlier. Let me just refresh that page. And let me type in something like, let's say, create content for a video on the immune system. Okay. Now look what's going on. This just blows me away. See, I'm not typing anything. It's just doing the work for me. Look what it's doing here. The immune system is a complex network of cells, tissues, and organs that works together to defend the body against infection and diseases. First line of defense against pathogens such as bacteria and viruses in the skin and mucous membrane, the physical barrier, prevent most pathogen from entering the body. If the pathogen, okay, you see what I'm saying here? It turned around and give me all of this content. Now let's try something else here. Let's say ideas on video content. Sorry, I'm not the greatest typist here. Ideas on video content for my Facebook Live. Let's see what it says. I'm just testing, see what it's going to come up with. Oh, what did I just do here? Oh, sorry about that. Okay, I did something. Hold on. I lost my, let me go back here. Okay, let's try this again. Content ideas for my Facebook Live video. Let's see what it comes up with. Okay, now it's thinking. How to tutorial on a specific topic or skills related to your business or industry. Q&A session where you answer questions from your audience about your products or services, live products, testimony, demonstration on unboxing. You see what's going on here? There is absolutely no reason on giving an excuse. Well, I don't have anything to say. I don't have any content. And here's another thing that I do that I just want to share with you as we finish this session here. One thing that I started doing is sometimes I'm not always ready to do a video, right? I just woke up and I feel like, you know, I'm just not ready to be in front. When you're young and pretty, no problem. But when you start moving in age, you know, we have a few more wrinkles and situation and puffiness, you know. So my point here is this. You can actually take a video of yourself where it could be muted out, or even a picture of yourself, right? And then from there, you can actually do a recording, an audio recording of yourself. And you can play the video recording on that still video and do a reel with that. And you know what I found to my surprise? If you go and check our Facebook profile when it comes to, not Facebook, Instagram profile, it's chris.gingras at activeteamgroup.com, Active Team Group, something like that. I think that's my handle. The other one is Chris and Tammy. You'll find a few of them, and I'm sharing this with you because these are examples that we've done here. And some of them are still videos, or they're a video that we did something else. But what we did is we overlapped the audio that I just dictated based on the Chat GPT, which is the AI platform that gives me all these ideas. And you know, sometimes I get more attention and more likes and more response from that than a video that I'm struggling to do and doing right away. That was for a reel. Okay. And for lives, there's other things. There's Big View. There's other apps you can download on your phone that you can actually overlap the actual text on your screen. And as you're looking at your screen, and it's actually live, your text is actually scrolling down. So there are so many tools that are available today to actually accomplish things and look like a professional. So you're there, again, is very important here, is to do a live. Again, in your live, you would have a hook, you would have 3 tips, which is your story, and a call to action, like PM me for more information, PM me for more information, right? And try that. Go ahead and do this. Do the work. It will serve you well. So folks, my name is Christian Gingras. It was a real pleasure to share with you here today. I hope that was helpful. And don't forget to comment. Don't forget to share your posts. Don't forget to share your homework. Don't forget to share your dares or assignments. I love to see your comments. I love to see your posts. So we want to see you in action. And same time, there's close to 6,000 people in this group that are actually, you have the opportunity to be exposed, but make sure that you stay in the content of Max International and sharing information in reference to the opportunities. Everything else, it won't be accepted because this is an environment to help you grow to reach the pinnacle level of Crown Diamond with Max International. So folks, have yourself a wonderful day and we'll talk to you soon. And bye for now.